You are not broke. You're just one bad Tuesday away. One flat tire. One dentist bill. One email from your boss that starts with, "Can we talk?" And suddenly your entire financial plan turns into vibes, panic, and a credit card praying for mercy. Welcome to Money Truths. Today we are talking about the thing nobody wants to admit. Most people are not destroyed by poverty. They are destroyed by one normal emergency they were never prepared for. Not a movie disaster. Not a market crash. Not a meteor hitting the planet. A car repair. A medical bill. A late paycheck. A rent increase. A phone call that says, your hours have been reduced. That's it. That's the monster. And the scary part is this. If one emergency can ruin your month, you do not have financial stability. You have a trap with direct deposit. Most people worship their paycheck like it is a shield. They say, I'm good. I get paid Friday. No, my friend. That is not safety. That is a countdown timer. Every 2 weeks, the timer resets. The rent eats. The car eats. The subscriptions nibble like little digital rats. The grocery store punches you in the face. And then you wait for the next paycheck to drag your body across the line again. That is not a plan. That is a hamster wheel with better lighting. And then chaos walks in. Chaos does not care that you made a budget. Chaos does not care that you were trying to be responsible. Chaos does not wait until payday. Chaos just sends the invoice. $800 for the car. $400 for the dentist. $1,600 because your landlord suddenly discovered market rates. And now the budget is dead. Not because you bought coffee. Not because you ordered takeout twice. Not because some finance influencer told you avocado toast personally assassinated your future. The budget dies because it was built for a perfect month. And perfect months are fairy tales for adults with spreadsheets. Real life is not a spreadsheet. Real life is a drunk raccoon throwing bills through your window. This is what keeps people poor. Not just low income, but zero buffer. When you have no buffer, every problem becomes more expensive. If your car breaks and you need it for work, you do not get to shop around for the best mechanic. You pay whoever can fix it now. If rent is due and cash is low, you pay late fees. If your checking account is empty, the bank charges you for being empty. Which is insane, by the way. The bank sees you have no money and says, great. Let's take more. If you cannot pay cash, you borrow. If you borrow under pressure, you pay ugly interest. If you pay ugly interest, next month starts already injured. This is the chaos tax. The poorer you are, the more expensive emergencies become. Because you do not just pay for the problem. You pay for the panic. Rich people understand this. Not because they are morally superior. Please. Some of them are just lucky goblins in better suits. But they understand the game. Comfort is not the expensive car. Comfort is options. Options are what let you say no. Options are what let you wait. Options are what let you choose the cheaper repair, the better job, the cleaner exit. A paycheck gives you permission to survive. A buffer gives you permission to breathe. That is the difference. Most people do the opposite. The second they make a little more money, they upgrade the cage. Better apartment. Better car payment. Better phone. Better outfit for a life that still collapses if payroll sneezes. They do not buy freedom. They buy a more comfortable leash. And I get it. Nobody wants to live like a monk eating beans under a flickering lamp. Life should not be one long punishment because you want to be responsible. But if every raise immediately becomes a new payment, you did not get richer. You just gave your future Bozier bills. So here is the ugly question. How many days could your life run if the paycheck stopped? Not theoretically. Not I would figure it out. Actually. How many days before rent becomes a threat? How many days before your car becomes a crisis? How many days before your confidence turns into refreshing your banking app like it owes you emotional support? If the answer is less than 30 days, you are not free. You are employed by fear. That does not mean you are lazy. It means the system trained you to spend like stability is guaranteed. It is not. Stability is built slowly, boringly, annoyingly. And yes, the first step is not glamorous. $500. That's it. Not a mansion. Not a crypto moonshot. Not passive income while you sleep and dream about limbos like a confused teenager. $500 that is not for shoes. Not for brunch. Not for impressing people who would not loan you $20. $500 whose only job is to stand between you and panic. That is the first brick. Then 1 month of expenses. Then 3. Then skills that can earn outside your job. Then options. That ladder is boring. But boring is underrated. Boring is how you stop being one invoice away from disaster. And here is the part people hate. Your emergency fund will feel useless right up until the day it saves your ass. It will just sit there. Quiet. Unsexy. Not growing fast. Not making you look successful. And then one bad Tuesday shows up. The tire pops. The tooth hurts. The boss gets weird. The bill lands. And instead of panic, you just pay. No drama. No begging. No debt spiral. No financial circus. You pay, you breathe, you move on. That feeling is wealth. Not looking rich. Not flexing. Not making your life look expensive for strangers with attention spans shorter than a microwave beep. Wealth is when a normal problem stays a normal problem. Poor is when a normal problem becomes a season finale. So no, your goal is not to become rich overnight. That is how people get scammed by men in rented cars yelling about mindset. Your first goal is simpler. Stop being financially flammable. Build a buffer. Kill one stupid payment. Keep the raise before your lifestyle eats it. Learn one skill that makes money outside your job. Stop confusing approval with success. Because chaos is coming. Not because life hates you. Because life is life. Cars break. Bodies break. Jobs change. Prices rise. People leave. Invoices arrive wearing steel-toe boots. And when they do, you will either have a buffer. Or you will have excuses. One bad Tuesday is coming for everybody. The only question is whether it ruins you. Or just annoys you. If this hit a little too hard, subscribe, like the video, and turn on the bell. Your wallet needs supervision. And remember, a paycheck is not safety. A budget is not safety. Looking rich is not safety. A buffer is safety. Build one before the invoice hits.